Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 7, as well as the rest of the DC TV shows on the CW, or the Arrowverse, or shall I say the name that shall not be named, CWverse. Don't crucify me in the comments, I just had to say it. So yeah, it has been a while since cameras on the Flash set, as well as just the other CWverse shows and all them were rolling. Back towards the end of, Season 6 for The Flash. I think it was in March when Corona decided to just shut everything down. We were actually approaching about that 6-month mark, I think, since they shut it all down, which is crazy to think. This year's gone super quick. I feel like I've time traveled. It feels like it was only yesterday when we were saying, oh, The Flash got shut down. What's going to happen next? But of course, as I'm sure most of you would know, filming is almost back for all the Arrowverse shows, with actually Batwoman Season 2 having already begun a couple of days ago. They would be, at the point this video comes out, I think day 3 of filming? But over the past couple of days, a full list of tentative filming dates, or start dates might I say, as well as the end dates came out, which obviously let us know when certain shows will be back filming, but also potentially how many episodes certain shows will have for this coming season. So, yeah, we're going to be going over that, as it could spell out how certain seasons will be playing out. But of course, throughout the video, be sure we know your various opinions in the comment section down below. I'm always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say, and also let me know if you have any differing opinions in regards to how many episodes you think the shows will have, and all that. I'm always curious to hear you guys' opinions. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. But yeah, as I said, these are tentative filming dates. Obviously, they are subject to change, but the fact that we are so close to all this happening, they're pretty much locked in. The only ones that could change are, I'll say there's probably The Flash, maybe, and also maybe Superman and Lois. They're probably the only two ones I could see changing. But yeah, I don't know. I see pretty much all, most, if not all of these, sticking to their start date at least. It is their end date, which could be, shifted around, which we'll, mention when needed. So on first, obviously I said Batwoman Season 2 had already begun filming, so we'll go over this filming dates first. So their first date was September 3, which it was September 3. Now they're scheduled to end on May the 10th. This leads them to have about 20 episodes for the season. There was like a thread on Twitter. I might be able to hopefully link in the description down below if I can find it again. But they, I think, fixed it, or guesstimated, if you want to call it, that it would have about 21 episodes with a few days left of break. But the thing is that they're not just going to film every single, possible weekday. There's going to be times where they're going to have a break. Obviously, there's also Christmas and certain things like that, and they just won't tire out the cast. So even though there's a potential for 21 and a half episodes, they'll probably won't do that, obviously. And also it's important to remember, because it's also the case with Superman and Lois, is that Batwoman has a crossover episode, and crossover episodes notoriously film for more days. It's not like they film twice as long, but they have an extra 2 or 3 days, I think, per episode if they're filming a crossover. So that has to be chucked in with Batwoman's episode count. So I would say they're probably going to do about 20 episodes, which would line up with their first season, which was also 20 episodes, but it could be 19. Pretty much any of my episode guesses here, you could probably take an episode off, and then it could also be that number. But yeah, with Batwoman, I would say about 20 episodes, and seeing that their start date is September 3 and their end date is around May 10th. Supergirl's start date is set to be around September 28th. And it doesn't, it was weird. The end date, there was one for April and then one for May as well. But it was the beginning of April and the end of May. So almost 2 months differences, at least a month and a half at minimum, which is pretty crazy. So I don't know necessarily what is the true end date. I'm just going to chuck it right in the middle of them. And due to that, I would say Supergirl looks like it's probably going to get about 18 episodes. Supergirl does have the big question mark on it because of Melissa Benoist's pregnancy and what's going on there. She's a new mother, going to have to be with her baby. I don't know how long her filming hours would be. Obviously, they could go the Ruby Rose method that Batwoman Season 1 did, because if you didn't know, Ruby Rose would only work 5 or 6 hours a day, when normally they film almost twice that amount. So, they had to they would film, I think it was I don't know if it was every day of the week, or they would film 6 days of the week instead of 5. So they might do that for Supergirl to accommodate Melissa Benoist because she is the new mother, which I think would be fair enough. But we'll have to wait and see. But I would say about 18 episodes for Supergirl's season. What are they on? 6? Next up is The Flash, or The Flash, as some would call it. I think it's not many people call it The Flash, it's The Flash. They're scheduled for October 1st. So yes, the 1st of October, which is only a couple of days after Supergirl, so it's not that dramatic even though it is the next month. And they're scheduled to end on May 19th. Now, roughly this ends up about 18 episodes of filming from those time periods. However, and this is the important thing to remember, I'm sure a lot of you guys would already know this, Flash pretty much has one episode down. Like they were, I think, on their second last day of filming for that episode when Corona shut it all down. But obviously, as I'm sure most of you would also know, Ralph Dibny's in that episode, so I'm sure that they might rewrite some stuff to remove Ralph from the episode, or they keep him in it. I don't know what they're going to do there. I don't think anyone knows. Eric Wallace, I don't think, has even really said too much about it, because if it's pivotal that he has to be in that episode, maybe to allow things to happen later where they can, not have the character on the show anymore, maybe they keep him in there. I'm not too sure what they're going to do. I would assume that he's written out, so they might spend a couple of days refilming certain scenes or just doing new scenes to fill in that time within the episode. But yeah, so that's a big question mark. But with The Flash, it's obviously the most popular show, so you'd think they'd be trying to get the most episodes out for The Flash. Now, as I was saying, these are tentative, so they're subject to change. I'm not expecting too many of the start dates to change, but it's the end dates which could change a lot, especially when you look at that Supergirl day where it had 2 different end dates and it was unclear. Well, with The Flash, they could add another 2 weeks to fit in another episode or 2 to the season and maybe bring up to 20 or 21 episodes. So there is that case where they could, continue filming for longer periods, or maybe they're getting through episodes at a faster rate, where it allows them to maybe get closer to a larger episode count. It'll be interesting. I'm expecting a lot of these end dates to probably change, whether they get shortened so they lose a week or they add a week. I think it's going to be something along those lines, but it will be interesting. Next up, Legend of Tomorrow. They've got a tentative start date of October 5th and an end date of May 10th, which averages them out to about 16 or 17 episodes. If they do 17 episodes, I think that's their 100th episode. So they'd probably be trying to aim for that 17 episode mark, because that would actually put them on 100 episodes. And I don't know if they'd get another season, but we've been saying that for like 2 seasons with Legends, that they're not going to get another season. So they'll probably get another one and get to season 7. But if they do get to episode 17, I'm pretty sure that's their 100th episode. And it'd be a pretty good episode to have your 100th episode. You have, your season or potentially series finale. So I'm sure they'll be trying to aim for that. And then finally, the Freshman, or the new show in the Arrowverse, or the CWverse, is Superman and Lois. October 13th is their tentative start date. I am shocked that they're the show that's starting last. I honestly thought, if anything, they'd be the show that would start first. So it's actually surprising they're starting last, but their tentative end date is May the 1st. So they got about quite a substantial less amount of episodes compared to other shows. But I'm expecting them to get more added. I think if they're ending May 1st, they'd be the first show to end here, and I don't see that happening. So I could see them getting extended by a couple of weeks, if not maybe even a month, potentially. But due to that, I could see Superman and Lois has 13 down. That's always this thing for a new season, and it has been rumored that about 2 episodes being added. I could see this getting up to 16 episodes, because it is important to remember, similar to Batwoman, as I mentioned earlier, that they have a crossover episode. So they'd be, I think, wanting to do maybe 15 episodes of their own story, and then have that crossover episode with Batwoman wherever it lies throughout the season. I'm sure it's going to be probably towards the end, just because Corona and stuff. I don't think they'd be rushing into the crossover too early in the season. But obviously, this is going to lead to a pretty intense filming schedule. Now, from what's being said, and this sort of got confirmed by Lily Reinhart from Riverdale, they're filming up to Christmas Eve. That was reported by some of the Vancouver in the know people in regards to the filming stuff up there. And they were saying that they're going to film up to these holiday periods. So they've apparently, according to that Lily Reinhart from Riverdale, they're filming up to Christmas Eve, and they'll be filming pretty much all around that holiday period by the sounds of it, when usually, they would go home. All the actors would leave, about a week before Christmas or something like that, and they'd come back after New Year's. So they're going to be gone for a while. So there's going to be potential drama around that. I could see there being a big drama around that, but it's important. It's also important to remember these actors have had a 6-month break. And at least they have work. I know probably being away from your family during Christmas would suck, but it's not like you're going to be alone. But I can understand where that frustration could come from. But if you're given like a decent amount of warning about it, I don't think it should be too much of a drama. But that's just me speaking. However, I wouldn't want to be the person that complains about working and, you're on TV, you're in Hollywood. I wouldn't want to be the one complaining about, on social media, on Instagram or Twitter or something about working and earning a lot of money when a lot of not just Americans but a lot of the world is struggling and some don't have a job. So you wouldn't want to be that person. Now, in regards to the cast for the Arrowverse shows, they have started trickling into Vancouver for quarantine, except Batwoman, who have those people were already there a while ago and they finished their quarantine a couple of weeks ago because they've started filming. Brandon McKnight, who plays Chester on The Flash, Jesse Rath, who plays Brainiac on Supergirl, and Bitsy Tulloch, who plays Lois on Superman and Lois. They're just some of the people who have started quarantine in Vancouver or finished it for the shows that are set to start filming next month. And I'm sure you'll see posts by some of the other cast as they arrive in Vancouver in their quarantine, whether it's a hotel or their apartments that they have up there already. So I know, keep your eyes out on social media. But we're not long away. We've got DC Fandom in this coming weekend, or about a week from now. So not long, I'm sure we'll get information there. And then pretty much it'll be an extra 2 weeks and all these shows will start filming. So I'm sure we'll learn more. I'm sure we'll get some first reveals. I'm expecting that Batwoman first look to come fairly soon because I'm sure they're going to do public filming soon. And then same with that Superman, new Superman suit. And maybe even a Flash suit. Who knows? Lots of suits might be revealed. Who knows? But we have to keep our eyes out for all of that. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over and all of that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.